Ew. Good morning. So I'm trying to be a little quiet because people are still sleeping, but it is time to get ready for work. So first thing I do is put my breakfast in the toaster. So I eat Oreo waffles. Really gourmet, really healthy. Yeah, not the best thing for you, but that's what I eat. So pop a couple of these in the toaster. We'll be good to go. I also start the day with a glass of water. I don't drink caffeine, and I read somewhere that drinking a glass of water in the day, right in the morning, is actually the equivalent of drinking a cup of coffee. So drink one of these right when I wake up, and hopefully that wakes me up a little bit. Sit. Sit. Good. Stay. Stay. Okay. Okay. Go ahead. So now I'm outside. You can see all my wetsuits and stuff hanging over there. I was really unorganized today. So half of it is sitting out here, half of it's in the house. So I'm gonna try and get a little bit more organized, but normally I try and keep everything kind of in the same place. So I left my booties and my mask out here to dry. Of course, they're still wet, so that's great. But I'm gonna bring those back inside and put them with the pile of the rest of the stuff that I'm bringing out to the car, so that way I don't forget them. But everything else should be in the car. Okay, so I'm just gonna brush my teeth, brush my hair, and get ready for the rest of the day. It is almost time to leave for work, so I have to finish up the last couple things and then we will head out. Okay, so we are in the car. We are about to head to work. I am going to show you guys kind of what it looks like to set up the boat and all that sort of stuff. But it's gonna look a little different than it probably normally would because we're still dealing with COVID and the pandemic. So you'll see us kind of social distancing, wearing masks. We'll have extra sanitation in place, but it'll kind of give you an idea of what it looks like to be at work. Okay, so we are here at the office. I am going to pick up the boat box. So that has everything in it that we need for the day. So gonna grab things like the GoPro. So we record every single dive, and so we need to have a GoPro and enough batteries for each tour. So gonna grab those, and then we should be pretty much good to go. So we normally do that, and then we pick up the truck here, and then we hook it up to the boat and we take it down to the harbor. So we will see you when we're launching the boat. So we were a little rushed in the morning getting the boat in the water and everything, so I didn't get a chance to film that. But this is the setup that we do every day before we get the boat ready to take people on board. We have to put everything out, make sure everything's in place, and that's kind of what you're watching right now. So we're just untying the boat, that way we can head over to the other side and pick people up. But they locked it in here really good, so we're just going to loosen it up a bit. I'm gonna ask for the stern first. Yeah.
Nice. Nice for the pivot.
Woohoo! We're off! Once we get to the dock, we help everybody on board, have them sign waivers, help them get settled, give them any gear that they didn't bring of their own, and then we go through some safety stuff. So Juan is actually going through just general kind of safety stuff that the Coast Guard wants everybody to know about the vessel, and then I'll hop in and start talking about the sharks and letting people know what they're going to see on tour today. But first of all, thank you guys so much for coming out for our pelagic shark and research snorkel. The reason we do a pelagic dive is because we are going out into the open ocean. We're going to be heading about 3 miles out of the harbor today, or roughly 5 kilometers. There's an underwater ledge, or shelf, that runs between the 2 points. So sometimes they like to hang out a little bit higher as well. So we'll see when we get in the water, but mostly probably expecting these 2 schooling species. Again, we are out in the open ocean, so we can really see anything today. I could see something like a scalloped hammerhead. Really cool if you guys get the chance to see one. It's a pretty rare encounter. Fortunately, hammerheads around the world are in really huge decline. But if we're lucky enough to see one, they tend to be a little bit more shy. Everyone on board all about the sharks and what to expect on the dive, we start to go over the safety rules. These rules that we have in place are not to get rid of the fun for divers, they're actually to give the best and the safest interactions. So I go through ways that we can alter our own behavior to, 1, make the sharks as comfortable as possible, but also keep us as safe as possible in the water. All right, let's get in the water. When we first hop in, you'll see I'm hooking lines to the boat so that if people want to hang out and not have to worry about kicking against the current, they have the option to. A big part of my job is also to help people dive and to take them diving, but also to make sure that they're safe in the waters. Avoiding hitting their head on the bottom of the boat or avoiding them passing the back of the boat where they could potentially bump into the engines. I'm also responsible for counting and recording all of the sharks that are at the site. Here's a good explanation from Ocean, topside, explaining what I'm doing in the water.
So Taylor's scanning for tiger sharks. She has to look every single direction within 10 seconds constantly. Just keeping an eye on people that are trying to. She'll start to invite them out to dive, but at the same time while she's diving, she still has to track every single shark, identify every single individual, see every single individual that enters her peripheral, and be able to tell what is its basically body language in relation to its social hierarchy and how it's working within a specific swim pattern, how it's relating to other individuals, so she can see competitive behavior building and escalating, potentially 45 minutes out or 100 feet out before it's right in front of anybody else, and making those safety calls. So right now you can see her body language. She's acknowledging a larger Galapagos that's coming in at the surface. It's actually turning towards her. So you can see the individuals. She's always putting herself between the sharks and the people. There's a lot going on. It just looks really calm and quiet from up here, but there's so much going on. You can see her looking back over her shoulder. Of course, she has to track every other shark in the area while still acknowledging those more dominant individuals. We maintain a small little zone along the side of the boat because we want to have natural observations. So allowing the sharks to do what they want to do and consistently operating in a small space along the side of the vessel so that we're not just diving or interfering with their natural swim pattern. So she's going to time that.
So as a safety diver, I'm more than happy to either help people dive or go dive with them. It's really important that I'm there on the off chance that a shark does want to approach the other divers. I'm trained to understand their behavior and to know the best way to keep them safe as well as the divers in the water. So I always accompany other divers and making sure that they're in a good spot and the sharks are in a good spot as well. It's kind of like shark traffic control. The whole way in, I'll talk to everyone about what we saw in our dive, if they have any questions, and then you'll see that we go through our data set. And so we're recording everything from weather variables to the numbers of sharks, species, male versus female, different IDs. And so we're trying to sort of understand the population dynamics of the sharks that visit the site more regularly. Anywhere near seeing us as a food source. So kind of a testament to the fact that they, yes, are very capable apex predators, but they're definitely not monsters. We like to bring that home, and then also just the fact that they're so important. We mentioned on the way out how they're the top of the food chain, how they keep everything in line. There's research and studies that actually prove that the more sharks you have in the water, the more fish that are actually present. As we get back into the harbor, we like to bring things home by talking about conservation of sharks. They're such important animals, and so we go through ways that they're being threatened, but also ways that people can help make a difference, not only for sharks, but for our oceans. We had 2 more dives today, so we basically do all of that all over again 2 more times. So it can be a really long day. We'll actually do up to 5 charters, but stay tuned if you want to see some cool footage that I got from my perspective, safety in the water. We had some really spunky sandbars that were hanging out, really dominant right near the surface. So definitely some good footage to come. currently about 2:30 and I just got home from work, so yeah, it was a really good day. We had 3 charters today, and so that's actually not the longest day for us. We can do up to 5 a day, and so it's still like a pretty decent sized day, but nothing crazy. We got really lucky today. We had a tiger on the first dive, so that was super epic. And then super spicy sandbars on the last 2. So it was a really fun day of diving. Everyone that came out with us was really lovely. So can't really ask for much more. A little bit of wind towards the later afternoon, but nothing too bad. But hopefully you guys can get a better idea of kind of what it looks like to be a safety diver. Even though it's awesome, we get to swim with sharks every single day. It can be really hard work. We are waking up really early, doing a lot of kind of manual labor, setting up and breaking down the boat before and after, and pretty much talking all day long while we're not in the water. And then when we're in the water, while yes, it's super fun, we get to see the sharks, and I wouldn't trade it for anything. We definitely have to be really aware of what's going on. We're taking into account all the different shark behavior that we're looking for. We're swimming against really strong currents. I think I've swam up to like 6 miles in a day, so it can definitely be tiring. I'm pretty exhausted. I'm ready to take a shower and take a nap. But yeah, it was a really good kind of first day fully back at work, and yeah, I couldn't ask for much more. So I hope this kind of helped give a little bit of an insight into what it's like to be a shark safety diver with One Ocean. And yeah, thanks for watching.